Hi there. My name is Adam. I am a dad that plays games. And the game today, I'm not even going to play. So today I want to talk about modding and modding a particular game called Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid's, a really fun game. It's a sandbox game where you essentially try to survive the zombie apocalypse. Being a sandbox game, it's quite open. You can do all sorts of different scenarios in it. And actually, today I'm going to create a really simple mod, or at least I'm going to try to create a really simple mod using an AI tool. Now, obviously, AI tools have got a bit of a bad rep, and there's this term AI slop that goes around. But let's see what AI can actually do for us first. I don't really get much time to play games at all, and also, given that I don't really get much time to play with mods either. So the modding tool, or rather the AI tool that I'm going to use today is Codex by OpenAI, and you can see here now I've been playing around with it already, making sure that everything works so that this isn't a really short video. What we can do with Codex though is we can create folders on our hard drive. So here we are, I'm in my C drive, I'm in my Zomboid mods folder, and I can create folders in here in order to create the mod. So let's just go ahead, create a folder. Now I'm going to try doing a fairly simple mod. And the one thing I thought that I would like to put in there as a starter thing is something that a lot of people in this country, in the UK, enjoy. I'm going to put in a sausage roll. It's just going to be an item mod, so we'll be able to go into Project Zomboid. We'll be able to create it using the debug tools and just generate one and see whether it works or not. So there we go. I've created my folder. Dad sausage roll. Let's drag it over into Codex, and there we go. We have got Dad sausage roll. So now I just need to give it a bit of a description. So let's just say, there we go. This folder is a Project Zomboid mod folder. I would like to create a simple item mod for a sausage roll snack. Let's just see what we get out of it. Obviously, it's going to think for a while. It's going to have a look in the folder. It's going to realise there's nothing in there. It's going to start creating some stuff in there. Now, I'm using like an unstable version of Project Zomboid. So right now, we're running version 42.19. It's just come out this week. And so we're going to create this mod based on that. There is the stable version, version 41, but I'm going to keep things a little bit more exciting and use the unstable version. So here you go. You can see in the middle of here in Codex, you can see that the folder is empty, so it's going to create some data in there. Okay, so the first pass is done. It's worked for just over 2 minutes. It's created all sorts of files in there. It's even created some icons. and some of these extra files. So we've got these Lua files, which is pretty much how you write mods in Project Zomboid. We'll be able to have a look at them if we need to, but it's created the mod. Let's open Project Zomboid and see what we've got. And we are in Project Zomboid. So first of all, let's go and make sure we can see the mod. Let's click on our mods area. You can see a variety of different mods that I've loaded in here just to play around with. Can I see sausage roll? I don't think I can. So let's come out of there. So I can see it probably should be called Dad's Sausage Roll, so nothing in there. Let's come out and let's have a look. I'm going to ask a question. So we're in Project Zomboid version. So, you know, things happen and we need to ask questions. So I couldn't see the mod in my mod list. I'm going to ask it to go and verify that. I'm also saying that this is the version of Project Zomboid I'm using, which should help it to go and make sure it's referencing the right information. I've had it before where, you know, I've created a mod, simple mod, and it's tried to use version 4.1 being the stable release. And I can see right in the middle there, it says it's used the old build 41 style layout, and so it's going to change that into build 42 structure. And there we have it. So it was using the old build 41 layout, it's changed it into build 42, and you can see the structure that it's used here. Let's have another go at starting up Project Zomboid and hope this has this is now going to show up. Here we go then, let's go back into our mods. Scroll down and we see the Dad's Sausage Roll mod, so let's just click on it. We can see like some simple simple information in here. You can have a look at the icon. Now for some reason when Codex tries to create these images, it creates it with trying to use Python. It doesn't draw great images. So one of the things that we might want to do in a little bit is actually get it to redo the images, but using the image gen, which is the image gen skill, which is actually, you know, the ChatGPT image generator. Let's just accept the mod. We've got it turned on. Let's pop into a game and let's generate it. You can see as I accept it, it's reloading the Lua. Sometimes if you're making changes, you can just come into here and reset the Lua. It'll reload your mod and any changes you've made outside of Project Zomboid will get carried in. So let's just go to continue. Actually, no, let's not go to continue, just to make sure. Let's just get in as quick as we can. So now we're in the game. So let's just close that. I am running it in debug mode, so you can see, like, you know, some debug stuff over in the corner. Chances are I go down to one of these and I'm not going to find a sausage roll. I'm not. So one of the things I can do is, because I've got debug mode enabled, on the left hand side you can see my little bug, little debug. Let's go into items list. And this is our first problem. So we've opened the items list up. You can see up at the top we've got this item, Dad sausage roll, has caused a debug error. So let's just hit the escape key. Now I'm just going to come out of here and let's go into Codex. And let's just say when I try to spawn a sausage roll in the debug items list, it goes to okay. So let's just let that work on this. I am just going to, I think I'll quit to desktop, just so we don't have anything running in the background. This is quite a common thing that happens sometimes, is that it does, especially when I'm creating items and I go into that items list in order to spawn one, it does give me that error, or throws that error. Now, one of the things that it will try to do is go and have a look at the debug logs, and it'll try to understand what exactly is going on. Okay, so it's saying that it's found the likely issue. It can't confirm it, but it's found the likely issue. It was using the wrong type for build 42 for the actual item itself. And so it's saying that that's likely caused the issue. So let's go back into Project Zomboid and see if that's fixed it. So let's just quickly continue our last game. And we're back in the game. Let's have another go, shall we? Let's go to the debug menu, into my items list. I can start filtering it down. No, not called Dad. Sausage roll. So I can see here, there's my mod name, Dad sausage roll. There's my sausage roll. Let's click on there. Let's add one. Close. Now in an inventory, I can see I've got a sausage roll, fresh sausage roll, and if I click on there, I can see it's going to reduce my hunger, it's going to reduce my boredom, my unhappiness, and it's also from the mod I've just created. So great. Without too much messing about, we've managed to go from absolute zero, create our folder, and then let's quit to desktop, and then load it into Project Zomboid and actually have an item that we can start using. So like I said before, some of the things are a little bit rough around the edges. So let's update the images using the, I think it's dollar, isn't it? Here we go. Using the image gen skill to give a proper Zomboid style image sausage roll for both the item so let's see what that does. Like I say, sometimes you do have to actually refer to the image gen skill, which is the same one that you'd use if you were using ChatGPT and you wanted to create an image. But Codex likes to, do things programmatically. Well, you try to use Python, and will give you a bit of a chunky image. You can tell it to go and use image gen, and it'll give you something a little bit more proper. So let's see what this comes up with. Okay, so that's finished. It took a little bit of time. There we go, about 5 minutes. In order to create a few different sausage roll icons, let's load Project Zomboid up and see the finished mod. And we're back in the game. Let's have a look at what we've got. So if I go into inventory, there's my nice new icon. Lovely. If I escape, let's pop into mods. Oh yeah, that's just roll. Yeah, that's fine. Wrong place. Let's quit. Pop out to the main menu screen. Go into mods. That sausage roll. And there we go. Looks a little bit nicer. Okay, we're still probably missing a little icon here next to there, but I think that's pretty good for something that we've created without actually having to learn any script at all. Of course, if we want to go in and have a dig in, we can go into our Zomboid folder, into our mods, into our mod itself. We can start having a look in these folders. So if I go into mods, I've currently got Visual Studio Code on my laptop. So if I open the folder with code, here we go. Let's open these folders up and see what we've got. We've got a couple of the actual images themselves. There we go, that we've just updated. If we go into mod info, we can see, a few of the little descriptions in here. Let's go into media, into Lua, and we've got scripts. Let's have a look at scripts. Here we go. We can see all of the various stats that are involved in the actual item itself. We've got the display name, what it is, the icon which matches up with what we've got here. And all the various stats. We've got calories and all those things, proteins, how long it stays fresh for, and how long before it goes completely rotten. Crust meat sound. I mean, that's interesting. I wonder if that actually works. But anyway, we can also pop into the Lua, into shared. Let's have a look in here. sausage roll. There's the lure. And so now we can actually have a little bit of a look at what it's doing here. It's adding to some lists, so there's some lists in the game, I'm assuming, these different types of lists, where, say if I go into a Gigamart, there's probably a certain percentage chance that I'm going to find one in the Gigamart. And that's it really. Let's close Visual Studio. We've created a very simple item mod for Project Zomboid. And of course you can then take it to the next level and create whole food packs. Sausage rolls are really popular in the UK, so maybe we could do like a UK food pack or British foods pack, and expand out on these sausage rolls to include other different types of meat wrapped in pastry. Really simple, really easy. If you've got access to Codex, it's something you can absolutely do. And it's a nice and easy way of learning a bit of the scripting behind the scenes and actually how to create mods. So in the next video we will try something maybe a little bit more complicated. Haven't decided exactly what we're going to try next. Okay, so that's all from me. If you enjoyed it and you want to keep hold of this video for later, by all means like the video. It'll appear in your liked videos, and then when you too want to create your own food mods, you can just follow along.